Once you are in with us, you're signing a contract with us. And I'm going to tell you now, I will hold you to this until you get your GED. And if you start playing with us, you start toying with us, we can amend it, put you in, take you back out until you take us seriously. Ma'am, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you a deferred adjudication. This is a great deal. You know, if you can complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, which is really important.
Okay, pause. This is where things get interesting. What would you have done in this situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're hooked already, make sure to hit like so more people can join this breakdown.
The conviction, but if you do something to violate this agreement, we issue a warrant for arrest. Shh. We put you in custody, bring you back out, determine if you violated it, and if you did, you're looking at an entire year in jail. You understand? To complete it successfully, you must do a thinking for a change. You must also do an anger management class. You must also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill them. No threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with the Derek Michael Waters and Ms. Mendoza. Do you understand? Like I said, if you violate this, we issue a warrant for arrest, and then you're looking at a lot of time in jail. I'll make you a deal. If you do well, you get all your classes done. If you're nice to everybody, we can perhaps take you off in half the time. You can be done in 6 months if you get everything done quick, and most of all, be nice to everybody. Which thinking for a change did you want?
Sort of the standard one, that's all the paper for thinking for a change, whatever the standard course is.
So I guess just do the smaller one. Yeah. Right. It's a big deal because there's the long thinking for a change, which is 4 months, and then there's the smaller one. So we're not asking much. You also understand there's no weapons, and you cannot consume alcohol or illegal drugs as well.
This was,
How old are you now?
how old are you, Judge?
How old are you?
19.
19.
Did you graduate from high school? Did you graduate from high school? Okay.
No, sir, and yes, sir, to the judge.
So what are you going to do with yourself?
Ma'am,
Going to do with yourself? Shh. You're 19. You didn't graduate from high school. Where are you going?
I'm trying to go for it. I've been working right now. I'm in the motion of getting my GED.
I'd like to make that a condition as well, please. Guys, if you're okay with that.
Yes, we're okay with that.
That's probably one of the most important things here. You cannot go through life without having your GED. You will make pennies to when anybody else is making $1. It's a proven fact. You have to have at least a high school education. You have to know something in this life. Knowledge is power. Don't rely on a man. That man may never be there in the future for you. And if you don't have a skill, if you don't have a trade, if you don't have a career, you'll be penniless, and life sucks without money. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm going to do is, within 3 weeks, we want to see that she signed up for a GED class. I'd like to keep it here, or I'd like to keep it close so that we can seriously monitor her. I'm going to monitor myself because I want to make sure that you're at least getting your GED. It's extremely important. Do you understand, Ms. Torres?
Yes, sir.
I will waive all your costs for everything that I can. It's never about money. It's about you doing what you say you're going to do and staying out of trouble. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, once you are in with us, you're signing a contract with us. And I'm going to tell you now, I will hold you to this until you get your GED. And if you start playing with us, you start toying with us, we can amend it, put you in, take you back out until you take us seriously. No dope, no alcohol, get your GED. Give me questions. If you ever have a question, if you ever have an issue, all you have to do is tell us. And here, you have to be able to talk with us, tell us what's going on, if there's ever a problem. If you just take off and you blow us off, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. You will end up going to jail. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to hold you to this until, at a minimum, you get your GED. You understand? How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Sorry?
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold that for a year. Get it done, make us proud. Good luck, man.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Good.
Yes, sir.
We were just going to do this plea a couple weeks ago, and Your Honor,
You don't
PTI.
have to say anything else.
Okay,
If it just doesn't work, it just doesn't work. I mean, you know, Ms. Rochelle, you're old enough to understand that actions have consequences, and then when you do this, this is a lifetime action, you know? You cannot come back in this future and say, you know what, I changed my mind. I've got buyer's remorse. I want to return it, like I want to go to Target. You know, once you plead guilty, that's it. Goes on your record. And there are consequences. You get pulled over, an officer's going to see this. You have the smell of alcohol, you got the smell of dope. What's going to happen? You have to be conscious. And what we're doing today, the proverbial slap on the wrist, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, read in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeals, is what I was saying, that once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, guilty or not guilty? You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. But like I'm telling you, this can be used to enhance punishment in the future. From now on, you will be looking at a second DWI if you pick one up. And from now on, it's up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine, not to mention a minimum of 30 days. Do you understand? All right. How did you plead? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, and I'm going to sentence you to the 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days, ma'am. Do not drive until you get a license. Now, the other thing that you need to understand is DWI is extremely big business in the state of Texas. And when you pick up a DWI, there are surcharges in the amount of around $3,000. If you have a .15 or above, it's $4,500 that you owe. And if you don't pay it, you don't get a license until you do. Do you understand? On a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs. So you pick up a second DWI, you could be looking at around $7,000 in fines and fees when you walk out of here. So what I'm trying to tell you is one button on the phone, one button, wherever you want to go. They'll take you wherever. Do you understand? Where do we go from here? As far as surcharges and,
Michelle's currently not working. She just got evicted from her apartment actually, and we're moving back to Arkansas, back home. So we have to have surcharges.
are you working?
No, I recently lost my vehicle, so I'm not able to get to work, which is why I recently got evicted, which is why I can't get the PTI. So I have to, got the letter.
Are your folks around? Okay, go back. Go back. There's nothing wrong. You know, when I graduated law school, I was what, 30s? I went back to my folks. I lived with my folks until I saved money, a ton of money, and I was able to get something else. There's nothing wrong with it. Go back, get on your feet, and be the best person you can, but that's what it's about. You know, there's nothing wrong with going back to live at your house, really. I did it, and we all do it, you know? All right, I'll waive your surcharges, I'll waive the court costs.
And the judge.
You're not gonna go anything when you roll out here. The only thing that we ask of you is think before you act. Think before you speak, because God forbid you make some kind of mistake that's so catastrophic that you can't go back to mom and dad. All right? Good luck.
Hey, Judge.